Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. And do you know what today is? Today is a great day for a Kyle Connor extension. Kyle Connor, 8 years, $12 million. Was kind of broken last night. Unexpectedly, Friedman was broke it before Drager, which I did not expect. Normally it's the other way around. But Kyle Connor has been locked up for the foreseeable future, and I think this is a fantastic contract. After seeing that Kaprizov contract, I was a bit worried. Like, there was 3 contracts that just happened for guys that were all expiring at the same time at the end of this season. Of the 3 contracts, you have to look at that and say Kyle Connor's contract is the most team-friendly deal of the 3. The McDavid deal, extreme steal. It's a 2-year deal at $12.5 million. However, a 2-year deal doesn't necessarily give you a lot of time to settle in. It doesn't, like, if there's a couple bad years, boom, you've burned the entire contract for Connor McDavid, and he's on the move. And I think that's what the message was for that McDavid contract. It was after 2 years, if you haven't won by then, he's gone. For Kirill Kaprizov, he was very team-friendly. I believe it was a 7 or 8 year deal. However, he completely broke the bank for the Minnesota Wild. And yes, that contract will get better over time. But Kirill Kaprizov basically set a market a lot higher than what had previously been established. And that was added right afterwards when Luke Hughes signed for like $8 or $9 million with little to no experience to his name. Even though he's a great NHL player, he hasn't. To say he's worth that much is a crazy risk on investment. And so to see Kyle Connor not only not chase the highest amount of money and keep the Jets very cap compliant and very cap flexible for the future, while also taking the 8-year deal is it's a great contract. It is a fantastic contract. Kyle Connor is a guy who's been hovering around the 95s, the 85 point mark for a while, and he's a guy who I expect to find, like, I expect him to break out and have an 100-point season. I really do. He got close in 2022 when he was practically dragging the team on his back, trying to get them to the postseason, but was unable to. I love this contract. I think it sends the right the right message to the veteran leadership that goes, like, we lost Steelers. No, this is not the end of our core. We are very much in a fluid situation for who's going to be on the up and up, but we are still very determined to getting the Winnipeg Jets a Stanley Cup, which I appreciate. I think that's a great message to have. Overall, what we can kind of infer from this is, I guess, don't be too scared about the narratives. The narrative might not necessarily be that people want to come to Winnipeg, but people are very content with staying in Winnipeg once they're there. You just have to use them properly, like Kyle Connor has been utilized properly. That's all for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and we will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.